Life isn't happening to you, but through you and for you. Simply responding to your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and words. If you would like to unlock greater levels of understanding and discover new realities, Psychic Kristy Lee will be taking your phone calls live during the show. Shift into new dimensions with your host, Kristy Lee.
Hi, and welcome to Tap In, Tune In Radio. It is another great night here. We are welcoming you. And here with me, we've got TruthSeekah. Truth, you here?
I'm here. Getting past these technical difficulties, too, is a few minutes behind. They like to change the interface sometimes, and it makes it difficult. But we're here.
Oh, praise God, we're here. Yes. Yeah. So how are you?
Oh, I'm excited right now. Excited about this meditation I got out, man. It's kind of like just going above and beyond what I knew that it would do. It's just so blessed right now. So it's awesome.
Totally cool. I know you had, been talking about it for a good bit of time as you were putting it together. And last week after the broadcast, you shared with me just a little bit. You read to me a couple of the verses in it. And, man, when I got the message from you last night letting me know it was launch, I could not wait to get over and pick up my copy. And when I listened to it, I am telling you what, Truth, I was covered in spirit bumps and tears just pouring down my face. It was like I had a real renewal, in that space, being not only knowing on a cognitive conscious level of being one with God, but a real encounter. And it was so powerful. I just feel so blessed by what you put together, and I know it's going to bless many people clear across the planet. So, man, thank you. Thank you for putting it together and for letting it flow through you, because it certainly is the Spirit of God working through you and bringing it forward.
Yeah, that's the awesome part, because it's even sometimes hard for me to listen to. Like, as I was, I was kind of vocal about it when I was working on it with you and Chris and stuff, and Chris was like, man, I just hear it in your voice. I already know, and so like when I go back and listen to it, I get chills and I feel the presence of God. Like I really feel like I tapped into the Father's heart, man, and just intuitive writing and just in the presence of God. Okay, Father, what would you say? And then the Lord just starts speaking to me, talking. Tell him this: I love you with an everlasting love. No harm shall come nigh you. And just whatever the Father was giving me, I was just writing it down, and I was just in the spirit while I was doing it. It was just a beautiful encounter for me to be able to, to birth that and to share that experience with others, like, because it was powerful for me. And I'm hearing the sounds and I'm hearing the different tones that I'm gonna add in there, as I'm getting it, and so it was just powerful for me. So then everybody else to be able to experience that too, and it work or it's working. So it's awesome, man.
Yeah, it certainly. I mean, you had put it together in such a way where the production of it's not just a meditation, man. It is an experience, and I just know with every fiber of my beingness that whatever someone is needing on a soul level, spiritual level, and on a physical level, whatever that is, they're going to receive within that space if they open themselves up to that. And so I am so excited for it to go viral and to really just be able to touch the lives of millions. So I am so proud of you and just delighted that you allowed it to flow through you and come forth. So just thank you for that.
Heck yeah, thank you. For the encouragement and stuff. And when I sent it to you, you was like, it's the best meditation I've ever heard in my life. I was like, wow, man.
Yeah.
I know you've listened to a lot of meditations, so that's a huge compliment, man. And it's not just a guided meditation or just some powerful words. I created an experience that would take you in and get lost. And, there's voice actors that I hired to do parts in it and to play characters and stuff. And I really went above and beyond with it. And I'm excited. It's my first one. I'm a little nervous about my voice and stuff, and still getting over some of that. But I think I really tapped into that vein and birthed something beautiful in it. So thank you for co-creating with me, and encouraging me, and being there on that process. And I've been vocal and sharing with you guys about it within the last 2 weeks or so. And it's here, and I actually just put out some physical CDs as well. I know some people like to have something physical they can hold in their hand or put in their CD player in their car or whatever. So I actually have physical CDs available for those who want them, and there's the digital downloads as well. So all that information is in the description here. If you look in the tap and tune in, so you can get that, or you can just go to my website, TruthSeekah.com. It's all there. And I think we're gonna play a little snippet here in a little bit too, give you guys a little taste of it.
I was so excited today when I sent you a message, and I'm like, hey, what can we bring forward so our guests, the people who join us tonight, can hear that. So that is so awesome. Thank you for making a snippet and letting people get a taste of that medicine, because that's what it is. It is medicine for your soul. It is medicine for your spirit. It is medicine for your body. If you're really looking for being able to tap in, tune in, and to be in that place, that presence of God, this is what you're looking for. So I am so excited for that.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to be vocal about it. I'm reading in the chat. I want to welcome everybody watching on YouTube as well. Everybody's asking, how did you create such a powerful meditation? And Chad and some of the patrons and stuff are reaching out, and they're like, man, keep it up. I want to hear more. I want to hear more. And man, it was just a powerful experience, man, to tap in and to receive, to go into the meditative state and just be open and honest and just let it flow. And I really, like I said, I believe I tapped in to the Father's heart, and I really believe that God was speaking to me, saying, say this, and it's getting creative. Okay, now what? Okay, we've dealt with that. And so, Chad, you were asking me in Messenger, like, am I going to create more? Like, there's other things we're going to deal with. Like, there's some specific things that meditation deals with. And it's a journey in and of itself of going to this type of realm. It took me a long time to create that, because I wanted to be scripturally accurate, because this particular meditation takes you on a tour of the tabernacle of Moses. And so there's some logistics there that you kind of got to get right if you want it to be to the T and be accurate with it. So me being very analytical, it took me a little bit longer to create that, because I had to do just a lot more studying. I knew a bunch about it, but in the end, once you study all the temples in the scriptures and what they mean symbolically, like, they kind of start to run together a little bit. So to see which temple had this, which temple had that, and which one I was going to go with. So all that kind of took a little bit more time. But like I said, as I was writing it, there were certain things that I was wanting to deal with, and the Father's just telling me to speak this out. And then there's other things. There's other places that I've been in the spirit that my music takes you, right? But this is going to be able to take people as well. So it's going to be just a beautiful encounter, and there's other things we can deal with, and just using the power of the creative mind and visualization. Like, I just got so much other things that are just starting to flow in my mind to take us into different enchanted realms, or even like being like in ancient Jerusalem, walking on the streets and seeing this big crowd around Jesus and trying to touch to the crowd and get his attention, and try to verbalize that in such a way where you feel like you're there. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens when he looks at you? What do you feel? Like, oh my God, I can feel it now just thinking about it. But there's so much, and I'm definitely gonna start producing more of these. And so be patient with me, and I hope you guys support this and support me in this effort and stuff. And there's more coming.
Awesome. Man, I am really excited for that. And you've always just been a really strong channel. And, a lot of people that don't even know that you and I know each other in the physical world, your wife and family are friends of mine or whatever, but I have came across so many people throughout the years of my own healing journey and showing up as a space holder for other people to heal, that your music has touched their life in ways that really has been instrumental in their own awakening. And for you to be bringing out this, I can just see it really, really going. It's fire, dude. That's all I can say. It's fired.
Awesome. Well, you ready to get into some of it, or you want to wait? What do you want to do?
No, let's do it.
I've got about a 5-minute clip, and so this the full meditation is about 17 minutes. I've got a 5-minute clip to share with you guys tonight. And there's different levels, right? There's different layers. The first half is into the temple, on the outer courts, and then you go into the Holy of Holies, and then you travel to the throne room of heaven. And I'm not going to give it away. There's just some snippets and stuff, but we'll listen to the first part before you go into the Holy of Holies if you want to do that.
Beautiful. Let's go.
And this isn't the full meditation, but you can still tap in, close your eyes, and experience this this short part. It's about 5 minutes or so. We'll go ahead and do that. All right, so even with just this as a snippet, right, a preview, I'll still say a prayer before we go into this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Heavenly Father, we
Beautiful.
just thank you for your grace, God, for your mercy, for your peace, for your love. God, I thank you that it is your heart to still encounter people wherever they are. You're willing to go and reach down and meet people wherever they are, whatever valley, whatever cave, whatever crevice, whatever mud pit, whatever mountaintop, wherever they are, God, you're ready and willing to meet them there. And I thank you for that, God. You meet us in our darkness, and even when we're in the most glorious light, God, you're always there with us and ever present. So we just give you praise and blessings for that. And you're beautiful. Just ask you to continue to encounter people through the words, God, and through the vibrations that come forth. And I pray these things in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. All right, here we go. Throne room visualization. Like I said, this is the first part, so I hope this intrigues you enough to want to go deeper. All right, here we go. The purpose of this meditation is to take you on a mystical tour of the ancient tabernacle and into the throne room of God. The sounds and tones used in this recording are designed to bring you, the listener, into a relaxed trance state. The audio is here to aid you into the experience as you travel deep into the ether and encounter the power of the creative mind and visualization. Please enter into this meditation with intention and expectation as we allow God to do the miraculous in our hearts. Please find a quiet place, free from noise and distraction, to receive the fully immersive experience of this meditation, a journey into the inner courts of God. Sitting still as we breathe in through our nostrils and out through the mouth, allow the entire body to relax. Free from all pain, let the cares and worries of the week slowly fade as we drift more and more into the mind's eye. Relax, release. As we breathe in, let us focus on a ball of radiant white light directly in front of us. And each time, as we breathe into our nostrils, we can see the white light pulsating, getting larger and smaller with each breath. Larger, smaller, larger, smaller. The light begins to move out from you, compelling you to follow. As you travel with this ball of white light, we are moving forward. We can see that we are in a desert, traveling past the dry sand with the cool air upon our face. Within the distance, we see a large wall that is made with fine white linen. There is an entrance. The entrance is a cloth gate full of radiant, beautiful colors. As we enter through the gate, we have a strong sense of thanksgiving
an overwhelming sensation of gratitude. This gate is called Beautiful. Ahead, in the distance, we can see the ancient temple of God, the tabernacle of Moses. Inside the courtyard, you see people gathered who welcome you. There are animals present: sheep, goats, lambs. There are even children around playing, tossing a ball, laughing as if there is no care in the world. Their laughter immediately brings you joy as you're reminiscing upon your own childhood. In front of you, there is a huge brazen altar. Beside it are two bearded priests with long robes who greet you as well.
Hello.
Their smile is pleasing, and there is years of wisdom in their eyes. There is a large basin where another priest is washing his hands. He smiles as well. As we move further, we are approaching a large crowd of people who are gazing at the ancient temple. Everyone is in awe and wonder of its stature and immaculate design. The site is marvelous and built to perfection. Just beyond this is a curtain made of the finest of fabrics. Red, blue, and purple accompany the tapestry. You gaze at it with a sense of wonder, as if, what's behind? Suddenly behind you, a little girl says,
"That's the holy place. Only the chosen may enter."
and then disappears to return to play with the other children. Chosen? What does that even mean? You really want to know what's behind the curtain, but at the same time, you know you shouldn't be here. Just as you turn around to walk away, everything stops. The children, animals, and priests all disappear, all except for the little girl. She raises her arm and points to the veil of the holy place and says,
"He's waiting for you."
All right, and that is the sample of the throne room visualization. Just that little bitty piece, man. I could feel it going in. Good stuff.
Yeah. It was so incredible.
Wow. Yeah.
And it just continues to get more amazing than that. So, wow.
Yeah, it gets really deep. It gets deep. You ended up moving through portals and meeting angels who greet you. And I don't want to give it all away, but it's really good.
Yeah.
So if you have a few dollars and you'd like to support, you can download the MP3 or get the CD, man. It's just good stuff. So, wow.
Yeah. Totally amazing.
That's good.
An easy commute.
Uh-oh. What is that? Okay. With that being said, I was going to I pushed the wrong button, but Kristy Lee's got a bunch of stuff available too. So Kristy Lee has her own guided meditations and modalities and Starfire mojos on her website too, which are really cool and really interactive as well, that I helped her create too. So if you want to check out her stuff, be sure to do that as well for all of you guys listening here at the beginning of the show. So her links are in the description as well, tapintunein.com. She's got some stuff too, and it's really good. So make sure you guys do that too. Do you have anything else you're
Totally awesome.
working on? I know we spoke about doing some more stuff a couple months ago, but I don't think we ever got around to doing it. Right? Or did we? I can't. Everything runs together at this point, but I think we did speak about some more.
We did. I've got some really cool things going on in my world right now. I've been really interconnecting with people that are local that are within the healing world too. They're kind of like on the path of a healer, not so much in Mobile, but across the bay. So there was an event over at Unity Church this past week, which I got to attend. It was amazing. I met more people, and it opened up an opportunity for an event in Fort Walton, Florida this weekend. So I'm going to be over there. The owner of Stone Soup is the name of her business. She's putting on a winter fest, and I'll have a booth there, and I'll be doing hands-on healing. And then we had talked last week a little bit about some of the things that I'm bringing out. I think I introduced what Gus, that joined us last week, had kind of helped name as an aura scrub. And then on top of that, I have been doing rollers with crystal infused there for each of the chakras for support, and there was essential oil. So I've got that going on. Erin's helping out with the labels, and then doing kind of like a sage spray, except for you don't have to. It's infused with crystals. You can spray it in your car, you can spray it in your house, office, wherever you are, and it will really help to shift the energy back into divine order. So those are some of the things I have going on with that. So a lot of crystals, elixirs, and aura and chakra kind of sustainability product that I'm currently putting to use, and then some physical things where I'm meeting with people, and then just whatever I've got going online is where I'm at this moment.
Awesome. I don't know if I told you, but I have been looking into some buildings here to do conferences. We've been talking about doing like a full day or full weekend conference, putting something on with different speakers and healers and stuff, and getting some prices on some stuff in Mobile too. So I think that's coming up in 2019.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I opened my house up and started doing in-person sessions here, actually, at my home, and that's been really cool. But it will be nice to branch out from that and to have a place for people to actually be able to come and, receive what they need in product and services. So I'm excited to hear more about that, what you've got cooking up.
I know you said you've opened up your home, but is it you're staying busy with that? Like, is it like are you meeting a lot of new people? How's that working out?
It's great. Yeah, I've met quite a few new people coming in, doing individual sessions, both for energy healing and then readings. And so I'm at my 117th group women's session. I launched last year, January 1st, and have continued going as an online thing. And I'm going to continue with the same groups I've got running, but I'm going to start doing an in-person one here at my home in January, the first week of that. So it's going to be fun to see what takes off with it on top of whatever else I've got going on. So it's a pretty exciting time.
Awesome. No, yeah, excited about the future.
Yeah.
Making moves.
I am. Yeah, it's really interesting. I had a 36% increase in my business this past year, and I'm a person that stays really in flow. I know that, like, God is my supply, and I just kind of move forward with intuition, kind of going with what feels right to me. But this next year coming up, I'm going at it with a little bit more structure than I have in the past since I first launched. Mm-hmm. So I'm really looking forward, and I feel more alive. Like, I've gone through enough healing now myself, and I'm at a place emotionally, spiritually, physically that I've got a lot of creative energy just flowing, and I'm really looking forward to being alive, man. And I can't wait to see what 2019 opens up and brings forth. So it's a really cool time for me.
2018
and for everybody
is awesome.
Else that I'm communing with.
2018 is awesome. Everybody's always looking forward to the next year. And I see all these memes on Facebook and stuff like, this is what 2018 did to me, and this picture of them looking innocent, and the next picture they're all like busted and disgusted and beat up and stuff. 2018 was good, man. I knew it would be. It definitely was good for me, and I think it goes with your intention, though. We're finding that out. I'm interviewing a lot more people on my podcast and talking to a lot of friends who are just head over heels about synchronicity and about, when you start to align, when you start to believe it, you start to receive it, and they're seeing all these crazy things, and even me in my life and all of our friends and stuff, and it's happening more and more. And whatever you want to create, whatever you think about, that's where the energy goes. Where attention goes, energy flows. Whatever you're thinking about, you're creating it with your thought life. And so I knew 2018 was going to be a beautiful year. I've created so much music, and just building with people and doing concerts and traveling. And it's only the beginning. 2019 is going to be even more, even greater things, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. It's like, yes. And I really think, I don't know that you can really call anything like above or behind or whatever. I think that we all have to go through whatever it is to take to shake us awake, right? Some people get it with more ease. Other people get it with more dissonance. Whatever on that date, kind of where your alarm clock goes off, and from there you begin to awaken to the idea that there's something other than what you've been taught, and begin on kind of that journey. And so after that, it's just kind of like releasing and holding space and presence for the parts of you that are not in alignment for, with the mind of Christ, or whatever it takes in the way of healing to get yourself to where you can finally believe it's a possibility for you, right? To where you feel worthy of being able to receive the goodness and the glory that's always been there. But for whatever reason, we were in a state of sleepiness and didn't always understand that to be a possibility. So I've seen a lot of really great things for a lot of people in 2018, myself included, as well as like there was some times I dipped into hell in 2018 and had to, allow myself to like scoop my way back out of it and rise again. But I am so excited for every day now. It just feels amazing. Yeah. And I'm really excited to see what continues to pour forward for all of us.
Yeah,
so
even
like
group, even the hell has so much to teach us, though, that we can't learn on the mountaintops. We think we got it all figured out, and then we're humbled, and it helps us to keep the humility. And I stay broken but beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? I stay walking in the attitude of gratitude and just thankful for everything. And I'm going to, like, I have to. I'm thankful for every breath. So I'm thankful for the now moment. That's all we have. We don't have tomorrow. I can't change this year. I can't even change, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow or the yesterday or the next day. I could change this moment. You know what I'm saying? The now moment is where you birth and create tomorrow. Is here now. And that's all we have. And so once we understand the power of that, we can start making positive choices and decisions for our life. But it's this dichotomy for me. It's like we're so powerful spiritually in who we are, and just understanding faith and in the nature of reality, the way the universe works, God, angels, aliens, like all of this really intriguing, beautiful stuff that we're laboring with, co-laboring with, all of these beautiful energies. And it's awesome. But at the same time, you have to remain humble and broken and know that, and just be thankful. If you approach everything with the attitude of gratitude, man, your heartbeat, your breath, everything, man, and everything just flows out of that. And the attitude of gratitude, there's no easier way. And in that and through that, whatever the universe, whatever God has for you, you're going to embrace it through that power, which is love. Like if you're trying to embrace anything outside of that, it's not going to end up well, right? And the lesson is, how quickly can I get back to love, right? So start in love and end in love, right? 2018, 2019, whatever. Everything that you do, be birthed out of that relationship with the Supreme Being, with God. I know God sounds too easy. We complicate it, but it's that life, that life essence, that life force that is creative, and it's made out of love, and it loves you, and it's a relationship. Wherever it takes you, whatever it has for you, go on that journey, and don't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? Embrace the moment and do it, man. And like I've been doing sessions and stuff again. I did my first session back this side this week. So thank you for encouraging me to do that. But I've been doing more private sessions as well. And, you know, people want to know the secrets, you know what I'm saying? And there really is none. We're open about it. What books, what meditations, what this, and there's a lot of stuff that come and go and you learn material and stuff like that. But it really stems out of how close you are with the Creator. Get as close as you can, and whatever material, whatever meditation, whatever mystics, whatever prophets, whatever people you are joined with to learn from and to teach that person, it's gonna work out. But you have to get it right with the Creator first, right? I mean, that's my plumb line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't try to anything. With that, I've been able to explore really deep realms, right? I've been able to have really mystical, euphoric encounters and, you know, do stuff that a lot of people would be afraid to do, that I would be afraid to do. But if it's done out of the innocence of love and good intention, like that's what fuels your faith, and what fuels the belief is that love. And wherever that takes you, it's going to be a good place, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I resonate a lot with what you're saying, and it's for sure aligning into that something greater than yourself, for sure, whatever people want to call it. And for me, I'm on a turning back towards myself, right? So I think a lot of people, and I teach others that people are used to giving away their power, saying yes to them, they shrink, or yes to somebody else, and they shrink in the midst of doing that. So they make someone else big and them small, saying yes when they really want to say no, not really being able to stand in their truth, use their voice authentically, speak what their heart is feeling and wanting, desiring, doing what someone else, like, who the hell's path are you walking anyways, kind of a thing. So I think it's a lot about turning back towards yourself and then finding that voice, that still small voice that is wanting to lead and wanting to guide you in your life, and how do you quiet yourself and still yourself to align into that, and then giving yourself permission to become what God wants you to become, opposed to what man expects you to be. So I think it's like kind of a combination, right, is to recognize that you are one with the essence of Creator, and whatever that means to a person, but at the same time being able to totally show up for yourself and to stand in that.
Yeah, because that whole thing, just understanding who you are is how, you know what I'm saying, beautiful you are, that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and that you have everything within you. Like, you don't need anything outside of yourself. Yeah, there's things that are there to assist you and to help you in tools, but you don't need anything. Like, it's already given unto you to be able to go in and explore the depths of the universe, of yourself, of the kingdom of heaven. Jesus said the kingdom is within you. You got to go within, and that's the beautiful thing about it. You don't need to seek outside. And so when people asking me, like, what to do, they want the secrets. It's like, get that relationship. I said, get the relationship with the Father, you know what I'm saying, with God, because, like, that God, whatever God is to you, whatever you know, it's just different for everybody. But reading, meditating, listening to positive spiritual music, that's like the only three things I can give you. And so in that, I really believe that, like, everything flows. Like, you know, if you're supposed to meet with the Arcturian Council, if you're supposed to meet with the Elohim or Jesus or Raphael or whatever your heart desires, whatever that is, go through the supreme source and make sure everything's lined up. And if you try, I don't, that's just what I do. That's a safe zone. I don't know. Maybe it's, you know, I wouldn't try to approach it any other way. Like, why would you? Like, you can have that relationship with all creation, with the entity that created reality, like this plane of existence. It weaves the fabric of life and existence together. Why go to something lesser? Now there's things lesser that come to teach you. Now it uses lesser things to teach us, right? But
Oh shit!
but you
Woo,
won't with
you're
all.
gonna take it for a ride.
And it's fun, man. You know what I'm saying? It's part of it. It uses lesser things and
Yeah.
entities and angels and fairies or whatever your heart desires, man. But it's just that beautiful ride that, it's all embraced out of love for the creator, which is the love that overflows to your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And you see other people as an extension of yourself. So you love God, you love yourself, you love people, you love creation, you love animals, you love the wind, the trees, the rain, you love the good times, you love the bad times, you love being lonely, you love being with friends, you just enjoy it, man. And all the spirituality for me comes back to just being ever present in the moment. Hold the breath and I control it. Wherever we are, we're on deep meditations. That's cool. We're sitting back having margaritas with the friends, telling jokes. That's cool too. I love it all, and every single bit of it is spiritual, and every single bit of it is worth it. And it's a balance of it all, man. I'm preaching right now, somebody.
Yeah, I'm telling you what. Like Mystic coming to me last January. Well, I guess it was February when Mystic came to me. He's an aspect of God that came to me, and he really opened me up to the desire and the will to live and to thrive. And it was something about him that opened me up to curiosity, right? To where, like, for me, it was going with that, like, okay, I live a life and it's cool and I get to do pretty much what I want and whatever, but at the same time I kind of had a give up energy going on with myself.
Responsibility.
And it was like God sent Mystic. Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, Mystics are cat. For those new people, yeah.
Mystic is my cat. And so Mystic brought a curiosity into my life that I needed at that now moment. And he became like my best buddy, right? And opened me up to getting out of bed and doing things that I wouldn't necessarily do for myself, but I would do for him. And through him, I went through many layers of healing. And then, here comes Phoenix. So I really think that we can learn from all things. I think even, the butterfly that shows up, or the eagle in the sky, or the deer that crosses your path, or the cloud, the formation in the sky, or that person that you look into the eyes of and you're just like, wow, I see myself, and not maybe even realizing that you do. But I think that along our path, if we're open and we're willing to let those things in, right, that there's always a thing that we need that's placed right there, and it's such a good gift.
Yep. It's good stuff. One with all. Whatever you need, it's going to show up. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That teacher might be a cat. The teacher might be a cat.
I'm telling you what, Mystic has taught me a lot. He's a very, very old and wise soul. And I know, there might be some people on here going like, a cat? But yes, he has. And I know that he was appointed to me. I know he chose to come here. I know it was something probably preordained for him to show up in my life, and at the time that he did. And I really think if we're open and we're willing to accept those kinds of things into our life when they're being gifted to us, that they do behold it's wealth. I mean, it's wealth, right?
Yep.
It's like being handed a treasure chest full of gold, and sometimes it comes in another form of consciousness in such a thing as like an animal or an insect or whatever it might be, a friend or whatever. But everything is for us, really.
Yep. It's good stuff. Let me give a shout out to a couple of people in the chat right quick. I don't know if you're still listening, but I seen a friend of mine in the chat who I haven't talked to in several years now, Ghost Dog with Ghost of the Republic Radio. Shout out to you, brother. If you're still in chat, man, listening, once you call in the show, man, I'd love to hear your voice. It's been several years since we talked, but he had a radio show, Ghost of the Republic Radio, and man, I want to say 2010, 2011, he had me on, and a couple times picking my brain and letting me speak with his audience and stuff. And some of those shows got pretty big back in the day, and was even on the radio. I think there was on some AM stations or whatever, but had me on. And yeah, that's awesome. So it's good to see you in the chat. Also, I see all the messages, but shout out to Devin Harris. Devin is in chat. Make sure you call in, Devin. And I think I might see you on the phone line. I'm not sure, but make sure you call in tonight. I had a dream about you the other day, bro. And I don't know if it was, I think it was symbolic. I'll tell you the dream when you call in. It was just a good dream to meet you in person. But call in, brother. I want to tell you about that dream.
Very cool. Yeah. I also kind of want to give some credit to our connection with Earth too, right? Like Mother Earth is a living, breathing being, and we're really, from my point of perspective, kind of like the bridge and the constellation that's in between the two, right? Connected, deeply rooted and grounded in Mother Earth, and flowing, from Source God, and it's like the two in connection together brings in harmony. So it's kind of like, I think that all of us are being invited to a place of a deeper honor to Mother Earth, like being more mindful of what we're using in the way of intoxicants or pollutions and what we're putting out to her, and even blessing our water and being more mindful about the fuel that we use and different things like that. So yeah, I think that it's like really an invitation for all of our children to honor Mother Earth as well.
Yeah. And
to realize, that she is life and a force of life, and if we didn't have her to stand upon, all the fruit, vegetation, our waterways, the trees, and everything else, she's a host of that. So it's kind of like stepping up our game and where we can cut back in anything. I mean, last night we went to yoga, and after yoga we all went to Mexican, and so instead of us taking 4 separate cars, we hopped in one, right? Mm-hmm. And then went back to the one car and back to our house. So where can we cut back on our pollutants? Where can we cut back on some of our own resources too, that we're using in the way of pollutants or whatever? What can we use more natural? What can we do with less waste? What can we recycle and upcycle? All of those things I think are really important for us to be mindful of at this time as well. How can we bless it?
Mm-hmm. You can't have one without the other. So that's one thing that used to get me too. When I was just on this thing where I would go back and forth between Christianity and churchianity anyway. And, from the spiritual movement, it would go from listening to worship music to listening to, Nako and stuff. And there's always this duality. You can't do that. You can't listen to that. You can't listen to Tool. You can't listen to that. And I would go back and forth, just trying to understand what was going on in my life and my spirituality and stuff. And one of the big things, man, for me was the fact that in spirituality, you're mindful. You practice mindfulness and being mindful of Mother Nature, of the earth, of the planet. And then I've been in weird Christian circles where they're bragging about the earth being destroyed, and we're gonna get a new one, and we can deplete the earth of fossil fuels and all. And they make fun of the green movements and people recycling. It's these are really high level preachers and stuff. And they're just mocking the green movement, and you're trying to save the earth and save the earth, but you need to save your soul and save people. And I was like, man, so that would always throw me off and stuff. And I would always know that I would be more conscious. I don't litter. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. Right. And that's just come through being mindful of your, you know what I'm saying? Your footprint that you're leaving here. Right. I want to leave it better than I found it, right? That should be our goal as Christians, as believers, as whatever you are, to leave the earth in a better shape than you found it, man. Mm-hmm.
100%, yeah, because, I think of Mother Earth, to me, we are the bridge and constellation that's in between the two, and we're every bit, if Mother Earth didn't exist, we wouldn't be having life on Earth, So what can we do to make our part to be honoring within that.
Good stuff. Well, you want to jump into some of these phone calls? We got a handful of them.
Let's do it.
We'll jump into some of these phone calls. And if any of you guys are listening and you'd like to call in, you have a testimony, you'd like something to share, or if you would like a reading or prayer, whatever it is, make sure you call in. The number is here on the screen. I think it's in the description, but call in. We should be able to take your call here before the end of the show. Make sure you press 1 to let us know that you'd like to come on as well. Okay, we'll jump to the first caller here. You ready?
Perfect.
Okay. Caller from the 863 area code. You're live with Kristy Lee. Who we speaking with?
Hi, good evening. This is Julia from Florida.
Hey, Julia. How are you?
Good. I haven't talked to you in a good little bit, and thought I would maybe touch base and just see kind of what's coming up for me. What good stuff can I look forward to?
Okay. Well, welcome, Julia. It's so great to have you back with us this evening. So welcome.
Thank you.
Is it okay if I just pull a couple cards?
However you want to do it.
Great. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle. I'm using a deck tonight that's called The Soul's Journey, and it's by James Von Pratt. It's kind of a deck I picked up a few weeks ago, and I am really loving this deck. It's good to kind of look at, like, Soul's Lesson, where you're at right now, and it's just kind of broke down in a real simple kind of measure. So let's go ahead and just see what it has to bring up for you. So whenever you're ready, we'll just go ahead and ask Holy Spirit of God, whatever message you have for Julia, whatever it is that she needs to know, wherever she's at right now in her soul's journey, please lead us, please guide us, and take us to that information. So go ahead and just say the word stop.
You know what? Actually, why don't we let the Holy Spirit tell you when to stop?
Okay. Go ahead and let's do it. Oh, we actually just had a card flip out for you. So the card is the acceptance card. And as I'm looking at the card, I'm not even going to go to the book, but as I'm looking at the card, what I'm picking up and sensing for you is that you have gone through some things that have not always been easy for you, but it's as you're receiving an invitation to be able to come into accepting life exactly as it is right now, and the areas that there's absolutely no way you can change those trajectories that have left you to where you're at, to come into a way of accepting it, but also to be able to pull out your strength from it. Where did you have courage? Where did you have perseverance? Where were you able to find that strength that wouldn't have been, you wouldn't have even known about it had you not gone through those experiences? And as you do that and you come into more of a space of acceptance, you're going to be able to really move into a different direction for your life. Have you been feeling like you've been like in that place of kind of like pondering like life and what the meaning of it is and why the things that you've been through have happened the way that they have?
Yeah, that's definitely been part of it.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's like I can really see that those places, those things that you've been through in the past, that they are all it's like the things, not only are you going to be able to see the way that they have kind of shaped your character, but also in a way that you're going to be able to glorify God within them. And so I'm hearing for you to seek that in prayer and meditation and really ask questions such as, what strengths do I not see within myself that I already embody? Where have I had courage in the past that I didn't even realize I was courageous? How can the things that I've been through really be able to glorify you, God? And how can it be shaped to direct a future for myself so it brings forward a lot of happiness? And that's what I'm seeing for you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I definitely would like to experience more happiness and joy. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I see you're just kind of like right there at the door of it. I see it's available for you now, but it's going to take you being able to almost like assemble what you've already been through, and so get real curious in your question asking. And as you do that, you're going to be able to really see where the work and wonder has always been working for you and how it can be used out into your future in a real powerful way.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel kind of like what's going on with you for the holidays? Do you have people that you're spending it with?
Actually, this is kind of a rough one. I'm alone, and my living situation has changed, and so this is kind of me doing it on my own this year, and it's a different experience. I'm having a little bit of a challenging time getting into the spirit of it. I'm taking some baby steps and making some progress, but it's definitely not one of my better years. So.
Yeah. Julie, is there anywhere around you, like the food banks or kitchens or anywhere, even domestic violence shelters or anything like that, where you can go and contribute your time by serving?
Yeah, I can definitely look into that.
I'm just really hearing for you that sometimes to give is, always, to give is to receive, and to receive is to give. And I really feel like the Holy Spirit of God is just kind of leading you in that direction to where you can be with others who might be kind of in a down and out or seemingly down and out situation. And by you showing up for them with the gift of service, that you'll find companionship and community within that will really help to buoy you up at this time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds doable. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the domestic violence shelter rules are there, but that might be a starting point for you to find out kind of like what they've got going on there. And if, depending upon if their rules are real stringent, you might have to like venture over soup kitchen or homeless shelter. But something like that, I really feel that you're going to find others that have a servant's heart like yourself, and that are just looking to spend time communing and sharing sacred space and moments with one another. But I think it would really uplift you and buoy you up for the holiday.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will definitely look into that.
Yeah. You're welcome. TruthSeekah, do you have anything for Julia?
I don't have anything coming through right off, but I'm just really resonating with what you're saying and just trying to get involved with something that others are doing to help and to serve. So I really second that.
Yeah, and keep your chin up, Lady Love. You've got some really good things that are going to open up for you in the future. It's like you're going through somewhat of a dark night of the soul, and it can seem really bleak and a lot of despair, right? But surrender into those dark spaces and turn back towards yourself in the most loving and kindest manner that you possibly can, and look forward to a brighter future, because you're going to overcome the season that you're in currently. And I really see a good opening for you, especially come like the beginning of spring. So be as tender as you can with yourself, please, as you're moving through this.
I agree with that. And thank you for the call, my friend. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next caller. We got a caller from the 310 area code. You're live with Kristy Lee. Who we speaking with?
Good evening. This is Michael.
Yay! You got to call in.
I was extorted, and I willingly paid for it. So, but yeah, that's that's the way they're doing things nowadays. But how are you? How's everyone? Lady, gentlemen, feline companions? Wish you all the best. You know,
Good to hear
hope you
from
had
you,
a good
brother.
Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah, always a good time to connect. And I was just thinking that it was about a year ago that I actually ended up with you guys. And I'm just trying to figure out how I ended up with you guys. That is the question, you know. But ever since then, I have been a loyal follower, and I am very grateful. You know, so and you know, I'm just happy to be able to hear from you guys, and I congratulate you, Truth, on your new endeavor. I know it's going to be great. I know it's going to help a lot of people out, and I definitely wish you to continue producing more and more.
Thank you so
of
much.
This positive energy.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I receive it.
Yeah.
Definitely. To give is to receive, my brother.
That's it. the exchange.
Yes. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I was like so curious about when you had posted in one of the threads on my Facebook wall about your cell phone service and not being able to dial out, and I was like, oh man, I was really hoping to hear your voice for the holidays.
You know, so I went ahead and contacted customer service and inquire as to what, and they told me, what this and that. I said, well, you know, it's never happened before. And if you look back at my history, I called this number more than once. I would say several times. Well, there's been some changes to the contracts and blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, well, let's just get down to the nitty-gritty. What's it going to take for me to be able to do this? Oh, you could always add more funds. And okay, let's just add more funds and get it over with. So that's exactly what it took. Yeah.
Wow.
Unlimited. Unlimited has a minimum. Yeah. It's not unlimited. So.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you pick up anything regarding well, I'll just say if you pick up anything, then I'll tell you what's going on.
Okay. Let's just pull a couple cards. Are you cool with that?
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and Holy Spirit of God, what message do you have for Michael? Lead us, guide us, lead us to the very best thing. And Michael, just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Pride. You've got the pride card that came up first for yourself. And let me just kind of look over into the book. Oh, interesting. It opened up right to that first page, too, when I picked up the book. And it goes on to say that you need to take time to honor and acknowledge who you are and what your soul has accomplished with your life thus far. You should look at the past soul choices and be mindful of how, through your positive actions, compassion, and understanding, that you have made a better life for yourself and others. How have you changed the world in some little way? So as I'm looking at it and as I'm beginning to read through that, what I am, a lot of times you hear about people being like prideful, right, like boastful or having kind of like a puffed chest. But for you, I'm not seeing that. What it is saying to me, or the Holy Spirit is saying through me to you, is you don't give yourself enough credit. So there might be a lot that you are contributing to the world, to the people around you, to your job, to your family, and within the lives of humanity, but you don't see the value in it. So it's a time for you to be really become prayerful and to begin to ask God to show you the ways that you have been an impact in the life of others, and how the work that you have already done and you continue to do is a contribution, and where, the whole universe needs you, and where you're the impact that you've made, so you can begin to see yourself clearer and actually be able to be more prideful, right? Be able to be like, wow, I am amazing and I have done some really cool things, and just me by being me is exactly what the universe needs at this time. So it's kind of like almost a maybe self-esteem things, to where you might not be giving yourself enough credit. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, I don't like to toot my own horn, because I am around people who go beyond the call of duty, and it's sad to see basically things explode in their face, and after that, what do you do then? So
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you are picking up by any chance?
Okay, let me just kind of keep going into your energy. It's kind of interesting, Michael. I'm sensing like a lonely energy around you. Have you been feeling lonely? Almost kind of like all alone in your walk?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly. We're going in the right way. And this just happened recently.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give you details of what's going on?
Yeah, let's just talk about it.
All right. So basically, I've been at this job for almost a year and never had any issues. But as of last Friday, I was contacted for something that, according to a friend of mine, it wasn't even real. And I was given a verbal warning. Less than 24 hours later, I'm being spoken about something else that I had nothing to do with, but yet it's being shoved in my direction. And that to me was really like, okay, you know what? I mean, one thing is one thing, but now all of a sudden I go from not having any problems and being always given a good job done to now I'm having issues with quality work, and the work that was done 7 months ago all of a sudden has to be the purpose of someone else's mistake. And so I just don't, I basically, like I told one of my coworkers, I don't feel I have a job there anymore. So that's basically what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that unemployment is absolutely coming in my future, and it's coming rapidly, whether it's going to be on my own or whether it's going to be by, it seems to be because all of a sudden, just overnight, things are going wrong, and I'm the cause of it. I'm like, oh, no. I see this happen before. So can you pick up anything like that?
Is there any way at all that you could be awfulizing it to where a couple things have happened and you're seeing it out to be the worst based upon what you've experienced in the past, but things could actually smooth over? Because, Michael, for you, I'm really feeling like it's going to smooth over, that it was just kind of like a couple shitty days, and after that, everything's going to ride back out again. So I would maybe be a little bit mindful about awfulizing it and you not being reactive to it and not expecting the worst.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's
because I really sense it's gonna smooth back out again.
Unless deep down you're ready to move on.
And I know since you are.
Well,
I sense you kind of got your pride hurt a little bit and are feeling a little bit disrespected.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Not only
underappreciated.
There you go. Yeah, disrespected is not so much, but
underappreciated.
Yeah, and all of a sudden. It's kind of more like, wait a minute, I mean, all this time, everything's been good. This is my feeling. Okay, what did I do to deserve the treatment that you're giving me now? Because I've done everything that you asked me for. That's basically the best way I could tell you. And so, like I said, maybe I am overanalyzing things.
I really sense it's going to smooth back out.
That's the card I pulled
kind of
too.
Take a step back from it and breathe your way through it. Recognize that other people sometimes are overactive in their reaction or response to you, or even the way they come at you. It's not always about you, and just keep doing a good job and know that you can have everything go back in a harmonious way. So I really don't think it's the end game for you.
Quick question. How long do you see us as a whole team still being at this place?
I don't really see an end in sight. Not anytime soon.
Okay.
I sense that things can harmonize back out. I just sense that, the collective as a whole is going through some really wild times right now energetically, and it being holidays and it triggering for a lot of people. Even I would bet there's probably 95% of humans that the holidays trigger up all sorts of stuff around families and past and finances and just whatever. All of it just kind of gets goofy. So people can become a little bit loopy at times like this, and at times they act out in ways or say or respond or react in ways that aren't always about the person they're acting or responding to. And I sense he just kind of got caught in that cross fire, so to speak. But I would keep doing a good job and keep looking toward their future as it being a success, and not let what's happened in the past. Sometimes when we have things that happen in the past, it snowballs, right, and becomes more dramatic with what we have going on in the future because it intensifies it. And so I would just kind of let it go on through you and go like, okay, that's kind of interesting, and it's not really all about me. It just is what it is for now, and I'm going to keep doing my very best and have faith in my future and look at it with hope. And you'll see things will smooth right back out again after the first of the year, maybe the third week in January or something, where you'll feel at peace and ease again at your job.
You don't see a change of management going on?
I'm not receiving anything like that right now.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
All I'm getting is that it's going to harmonize.
Okay. Fair enough. That's just, I normally just mind my own business, and that's why I kind of felt hurt. It's basically that's what it says. It's like, okay, that's the way I'm going to be treated, and it's time for me to move on. So
I could see how it would feel like that to you, because you really do just show up and do a great job, and play your part, and you're good to people. So I could see how it would be really discouraging for you.
Oh, yeah. Discouraging is absolutely the word. I was going to ask you, for a one-on-one type of thing, how much notice do you need?
Do you have my number?
No, but I'll get it, because I saw your heading on Facebook, so I could just go and search that out.
Text message, and we can set something up. Just shoot me a text and set something up. I've got some time tomorrow afternoon and in the evening, or something Friday as well. So
Friday, really? Okay. So then I'm going to send you a message tomorrow and see what we can do on Friday.
Okay. Sounds great.
Like I'll be. All right. Outstanding. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much, Michael, and keep your chin up, buddy. You've got this.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Truth. Keep up the good work. Mystic, we'll be in touch.
God bless, brother. Shalom. Peace.
God bless you both.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, it's Robert speaking to you guys.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Hey, I just wanted to wish you both happy holidays.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Always good to hear from him, too. Good brother.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Anybody wanting to inquire about private sessions with Kristy Lee, she's available for consultations and private sessions on her website, tapintunein.com. You guys can head on over there to check out her stuff too. Make sure y'all do that. Like to plug that throughout the show, because not everybody hangs to the end. So get that out the way.
And you're taking private sessions now as well. So they can book that with you at TruthSeekah.com or find you on Facebook as well, right?
Yeah, TruthSeekah.com is the easiest way to set up, and lot of synchronicities coming forth about different packages and things that I should put together that I've known for a while, and really to see and I just had to be a 1,000% honest, and I've always talked about this, and maybe this is what you see too, but the majority of people who book private sessions, they want to do what we're doing. Do you see that? Like the whole call that I got years ago was heal the healers, and most people who come to me are starting out in their awakening process, and everybody's at different levels, and so there's different levels. So a lot of times you can't start at the bottom and just go out and start a spiritual entrepreneurial business or whatever the case is. There are different steps and things you have to learn and things you have to take. But for the most part, people they're like, look, I want to heal. I want to use my gifts for good, right? How can I do it? And so I'm getting some stuff together that I've helped you. I've helped you over the years. I've helped myself. I've helped a lot of people, right? Be able to build websites and create content and graphic and meditations and all that kind of stuff. So I'm putting some podcasts, right? We got this set up. I have my podcast, and we're running other stuff. And so people want to know how to do it. People don't even know where to start, and even trying to start, man, there's so much information out there. So I'm pretty much going to put some packages together where I'm just going to show you everything that I do. Like, you want a podcast? Here's what I do. This is the most cost-effective way to start a podcast. This is the most cost-effective way to build a website. I'm going to do videos showing people how to do it. And they can do it for themselves if they're savvy. If not, they can hire me to do it, and I'll be glad to do it. I do that for a living as well. So I'm going to put those things together. And it's so funny because it's been on my heart, and I was thinking about it. I was like, I got to get this package together. And now I've been writing this stuff down, and it's so much stuff. But I did an interview with a guy Tuesday, and as we were getting ready, I'm writing stuff down. He's like, hey, I want to get with you too. I want to learn how to do my own podcast. I want to learn how to do it the most cost-effective way. And I was like, funny, you should ask. I'm putting something together for you. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting some of that stuff together too to help spiritual entrepreneurs thrive in their business, to start it, to push them out there. We've helped a lot of people, man. Still helping people. People helped us, right? To kind of get out there and get your feet wet and just try it out, see if it's for you. And that's what it's about.
Totally cool. I love that. And yes, I mean, you have been my complete back end to my business with building website, helping me create mojos and all of that kind of stuff. And an encourager when I was getting slaughtered by the Christians or whatever in, local area or whatever, you were my support and have always been like a good friend and encourager. So without you running the backside and the influence you've had in my life, I would not be where I'm at today in my business. So I totally salute you for stepping up and offering it on a higher level. That's totally exciting and amazing.
Yep. If you don't put it out there, people won't know that you do that. So weird, because I come from a weird place of like, I remember like just sharing the information, and I've been giving this stuff out for free to people. I take 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Hey, do this, do that, do that. Here you go. Stuff that took me years or months to learn. I'm just, hey, yeah, download this program, install it with that, plug this in, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, it's so doing this for a living moving forward, I need to have some packages together that I can just send out. Hey, watch the video. Pay me a few dollars. Watch the video, whatever the case is. So, yep.
Yeah. I love that. That is totally awesome. Totally awesome. I'll attest to what it has created for me, and having that alleviated. And I'm one to say, do it for me when it comes to tech stuff.
And I think most people will probably
to do it, then I would do it.
Exactly. Most people will probably pick that route anyway. But for those who want to learn how to do it, they can learn. So I could set it up for you too, and then you just run with it. So that'll be available too. So anyway, that's coming in the future. But yeah, totally TruthSeekah.com. I'm currently there's a couple different things that I'm offering right now, and private consultations and one-on-one sessions, guided meditation, energy healing, and some other things I'm working on too. So check it out. Next caller, 541 area code. You're live with Kristy Lee. Who we speaking with?
It's Kat.
Kat, yay!
Hey.
Hi, so sweet. Doing all right. I had migraines the last couple of days. That's finally going away.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, do you think it's from the barometric pressure, or what's going on with
Maybe.
you?
I don't know. I don't usually get them often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, praise God, they're listening.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to do card or something?
Yeah, let's do it. It's funny. I'm like have your name. It's written on a paper. It's got your 541, and I'm drawing a flower around it. So it's kind of like it's kind of like as I was drawing it, I was thinking about, you know, how a flower buds into a bloom, right? And it just kind of like my hand just took off on its own, and it's kind of like I can see you coming out of like being a flower bud into a bloom, and I can really see you like walking into that season, and I could really see that opening up for you as we move into the new year. I can really see like springtime being a time where you're on a completely different plane and trajectory to where all of the things that you've gone through in the way of hardship are going to start to really make sense to you, and you're going to feel as if you're no longer like closed down and literally like that open flower that came into bloom. So that's kind of what intuitively has come up.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing because I feel like I have definitely felt reclusive, and I used to be so social and all that. Now I'm just like, I don't want to be out there.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I draw flower. I can't draw. I want to draw. I don't really know how to draw much, but I do draw. I do. When I doodle, I draw flowers and things.
That's so interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So intuitively, that's what just came out for you. And let's just pull a card. Tell me when to stop, Levy.
Okay, now.
Okay, let's see here. Ooh, okay. And it's interesting, the very first card that comes up for you is the regret card. And the regret card is knowing that it's kind of like, you know, there's times in our life where we can look back at the past and we're like, with all sorts of regret and doubt, the shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't, don't kind of a thing. But it's like an invitation for you to put that to rest and to allow yourself to let go of the regrets on what didn't work for you and to begin to really look out into the future about what can now work for you, and to overcome your doubt, to overcome your fear, to get out of your own way of judgment, and to allow yourself to move into creating a future for yourself that creates a legacy, and to know that you have the power and authority to do that. And it's like an invitation. And I see that you're kind of like those things are being like lifted off of you, and you're moving forward into a brand new season. So when you find your mind kind of taking you into that coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't, don't kind of, or if only, right, then to begin to just ask, like, what am I not seeing from this? How did this actually serve me? What was it that can be used in my future as a way of strength? And get yourself curious within the question and allow yourself to use it as fuel, you know, to rocket you into the future, into a future that will really set you on a trajectory that you want to explore and live.
Nice.
Yes. And I really, really feel for you, Kat, that, like, come spring, you're going to, like, literally blossom and bloom into a whole different place than what you've been in. I feel like this last year for you was just kind of like a, you know, getting in your place and having some sense and semblance of safety, even though there's been some worry and stress in regards to your health and finances. But it's given you a place and time to heal at a deeper level and to feel more safe and secure in the world. And I really feel like springtime that you're going to have a renewal and a rebirth that is going to really be like your blossom and bloom time.
Sounds good.
Yes. So it's like, look forward to your future, sister girl.
Yes, please.
Yes.
And then blossom.
Blooming and blossoming, yes. Yeah. Do you have anything for Kat also, Truth?
I'm just piggybacking off of what you've said. I just feel like something new is about to open up, and I just feel like you're going to be able to start making income by offering your services, something that we've been talking about tonight. Offering you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience that you've learned over the years, and I think it's time to start implying it. Have you ever offered your services before?
No,
so
other
crazy.
than pet sitting and house sitting and things.
We talked about this not that long ago, Kat. Remember?
Yeah, I'm just seeing you sharing your abilities and the ESP, and you know what I'm saying, tapping in, being able to do that, but just sharing your knowledge as well, being able to help the younger generation, people who are going to be looking for wisdom and knowledge and understanding, because you have a lot of knowledge and you have a lot of wisdom. So finding ways for you to be almost paying it forward or showing up where people are going to be coming to you to get knowledge. That's just what I'm seeing.
Nice.
Yeah, and think about like even where you've studied so much around with being vegan and knowing about supplements and oils and crystals and, you know, things with the earth and all of that kind of stuff. I feel like Truth is onto something by telling you that almost like you're a wisdom keeper that's going to start to bring that forward to others, to where all that knowledge and research that you've done for your own well-being to sustain your life is going to be a benefit to others. Look forward to that and really be mindful of those opportunities where they open up, because I can see that for you too.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And wisdom keeper is coming through hard. So maybe write that word down and ask to be shown how you are a wisdom keeper.
Okay. I take notes.
Yes. Write it down and ask the question, because you know I'm all about the question, and you've seen the evidence of asking the question.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I just love you. I'm so grateful that you called and communed. Thank you.
Oh, that's cool. Let somebody else get some help here.
Thank you for the call, Kat. Good to hear from you.
You too. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Caller from the 404 area code. You're live with Kristy Lee. Who we speaking with?
Yo, Kristy Lee and TruthSeekah. This is Brother Devin.
Brother Devin, what up, man?
Devin.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. I actually have some African ancestors with me in the spirit realm right now. I mean, my room's not dark as of yet, but I'm about to turn on the light so they can stay in.
Cool.
Yeah, but okay. So I'm gonna start with Derek first. Derek, you said you had a dream about me?
Yeah, man. It was a very lucid dream. I remember all the details, and I think the meaning of the dream is pretty easy to figure out. But it was just it was real. Like I felt like I met you for the first time. So pretty much somebody was at the door. I go to the door and it's you and your mom. And so your mom helps you stand up. Your mom helps you stand up, and so you lean on my counter to hold yourself up, and then you're like, you know, we're hugging, you know, oh, Brother Devin, you know, we meet, and then and so you want to know, you want to see where the podcast happens and where I record and the room and stuff. So I bring you back to the room, and you know what I'm saying, you're walking back here holding yourself up on the walls and stuff, and you get back here and we get you seated and situated to sit down, and you're just looking around at all the stuff, and you're just happy to be here, and your mom's with you, and she starts looking around, and she starts looking at all the symbolism, and like sacred geometry and the eye of God and these different symbols and stuff. And she's like, "Oh no, what is all this, Devin?" I said, "No, I'm a Christian, ma'am. It's a no. What's all this symbolism?" So she started to kind of get worried for a minute, and I tried to explain to her some of the symbolism, and then she got real nervous when she seen the symbolism.
Yeah.
And she said, "Devin, we gotta go. We gotta go." And she was like, the symbolism made her nervous. And I don't necessarily know if it's my symbolism or maybe some things you've introduced that have rubbed her the wrong way over the years, maybe when she has been more religious than other times. I know she's becoming more open now, but I don't know if that means anything to you. But it was just really lucid, man. It was like I really felt like you were here, man.
She's a lot more open now because the first thing I introduced her to was the chakras.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm sorry. The first thing I introduced her to was the altar, and she had a little bit of knowledge on the altar, and she allowed me to have one of my grandmother's tables to use as an altar, and I still have it with me today, right now. So, yeah. And the second thing I shared with her is chakras. And so I wanted to paint something that was New Age that resonated with the chakras. And so I explained it to my mom, my brother, and my other brother. And so they have some knowledge, thanks to me.
But at first it wasn't so easy, right?
And yeah, it wasn't. But I have a feeling we'll meet too.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. I keep visualizing like me walking, and I'm like very tall, and I'm holding this staff, and I got like these little things on the staff. And I've got like these West African jury beads on. I don't know what that's about. What does that mean? Oh, and my hair grew out, and so did my beard.
Sounds like you're seeing almost like yourself in the spirit, almost like a shaman.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. I see myself going into shamanism more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashe.
Yeah, and I saw the music video too. It was dope.
Oh, you watched
I liked it? Yeah, Richard Raw. I like him.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So now I'm gonna give Kristy Lee a turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to know if I can get a message from my twin flame through the card reading, and I'm gonna allow the Holy Spirit of Olodumare to guide you. That's who the Orishas call the Holy Spirit.
Okay, very interesting. You're actually the second person or third person I've met recently that has brought like the Orishi, is that how you pronounce it, into my awareness. I think you would really resonate with my friend Adam. He is a person who is very wise. He's actually got his own blog talk station, but he's really he knows a lot about that kind of, or plays in that realm, or understands it, I should say, more than I do. But let me just see, and it's interesting. I'm just going to go towards what is it? Here we go. I'm going to go towards a different deck of cards. So are you in communion with your twin flame now, or only in the spirit realm?
I am with her now in the physical realm. We're not talking right now. But like, cause physically we're dealing with twin flame separation, but spiritually she is helping me communicate with her more.
Okay. All right.
We're talking. She's telling me jokes, laughing, giggling. And when I get sad, she's always hugging me and telling me to smile. Yeah.
Okay. So let's just go ahead and you're communicating with her in the ethers, basically, right? If I'm understanding correctly. Okay.
Right.
So let me just go ahead and just kind of tune in. And it's interesting, the first thing I'm hearing for you is like it's time for you to stand tall in your own power and allow yourself to go down into your heart and speak your heartfelt truth out into the universe. Not only in like the communion that you have with people, but even in speaking out what your needs, your want, your desire, and to be able to lean deeper into faith and know that the things, the desires of your heart are possible for you, and that it can actually, that you're capable and able of having it be part of your physical reality. So that's the message I'm hearing for you. And I'm hearing it like loud and clear.
I see.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hearing for you. And it's interesting, I was kind of flipping some cards as I was just letting that message come through me. And the card that comes up for you is all about self-love. And it's got kind of like an inner child message with it. And the message is, show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of my inner child. Show me how to be kind within, and allow yourself to step into self-forgiveness. And as you do that, you're going to see a big shift on the inside. And as you shift in the inside, you're going to shift in the outside world for yourself. So it's kind of like showing up for yourself at a brand new level. But again, I'm hearing for you, like, it's time for you to stand tall in your power, in your truth, and realizing that you're worthy and you're deserving. It's your turn.
Yay! I say. Oh, I have another question. I'm going back to the vision I just had about, you know, me walking, and like me walking and me wearing the African and stuff. I was wondering, is there something in that? I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but I was just wondering, like, if there's something in my shamanic path that I should know about.
I'm hearing mindset. I'm not sure what that means for you, but I'm sure that you'll begin to receive more information and guidance in that. But it's mindset, whatever that is for you.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I know what it is. Because what I'm feeling in my heart chakra right now is, don't get me wrong, I love ancient Egypt, and I'm thankful that, you know, the ancestors on that side have been helping me, but I feel more attracted to the West African side of things. So I want to learn more. I want to learn more about that. And you know, Eartha Kitt came to me and told me that I was Nigerian. If you know who the celebrity Eartha Kitt is, Yeah, she's an actress, and she told me that my ancestors on my father's side come from Nigeria.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, it would be fun to explore your Akashic record and kind of see where your soul's travel. It would be interesting.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. And to Darren, yeah, man. I hope we do meet. And I got one more announcement to make. I'm almost done writing for my album. It should be out very soon. The next project I'm going to write for is my mixtape, and both of those projects should be done.
Awesome, man. Cool. Making strides. That's what's up, bro.
Thanks.
Good stuff. Well, Devin, thank you for the call, brother. Always good to hear from you, man. We'll have to do it again, too. That dream was so awesome, though. Good stuff. Caller from the 347 area code. Live with Kristy Lee, who we're speaking with.
Hi, this is Kat.
Hi, Kat. Is that K-A-T or C-A-T?
K-A-T. It's really Kate.
Okay, Kate. And you're the second Kat we've had tonight. Welcome. Where are you calling from?
New York.
Kat from New York.
New York.
Okay, well, welcome. How can we help you?
So my question is having to do with more relationships, if there was anything coming up for me.
Okay, are you currently in a relationship?
No.
Okay, so you're looking forward to a relationship in your future. Okay, let's just kind of take a look and see what's coming up for you. What are you doing to make yourself visible right now? Because it's almost kind of like there's an invisible aspect or energy kind of around you. Are you going out? Are you engaging in life? Are you exploring areas, places, people in your physical world right now? Or have you been more reclusing?
I think it's more of like reclusion because the main people that I tend to hang around with are in school.
Okay. Yeah, because it was kind of like I'm going, wait a minute, you need to come up and out of that and become like kind of engaged, because I'm sensing when you allow yourself to step out of that comfort zone and out of that space of being a recluse, that you're actually going to meet a partner rather quickly. But you've got to step out, even if that means that you go places alone, or be willing and open to make new friends and to engage life. And once you do that, you allow yourself to be visible and doing things that you enjoy. And outside of your comfort zone, you're actually going to meet a mate. And it's not going to take very long, but it's going to take your effort to do that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I could see, like, if you actually started to engage life like that at a new level, I could actually see within, like, a month's time you meeting a partner quickly, like, very quickly. Because it's not far outside of your reach. It's just a matter of becoming visible.
So, like, in terms of visibility, how can I do that?
What kinds of things do you enjoy? And begin to go there and explore it. Like, but you've got to come up and out of your house. I don't really sense you're going to meet a mate online. I sense it's going to be like you're going to bump into them, whether it is on a train, on a bus, or at a venue or something like that. I'm kind of getting more of a venue. I'm getting somewhere in fact kind of upstairs. Kind of like a restaurant. Is there somewhere near you that's a restaurant that's kind of upstairs above some kind of a public transportation place? I don't know why this is coming or what it means. I'm just getting a vision of it. begin to just kind of explore, like take yourself out to dinner, take yourself out to listen to some music with who's playing in a venue that you enjoy, that kind of a thing. Dress up, get out, and as you get going, you're going to come and bump into the person that is actually appointed to you as a divine mate. But it's going to take you having to get up and out of your house.
Okay. That is not a problem.
Yes, get up and go. Kind of put your guard down. As women, right? And we have to, at some level, keep the guard up so we can discern. But at another level, we've got to be open enough to be able to meet people. So put enough of your guard down to where, and get out to where you're open and willing to receive interaction.
Okay. That sounds like solid advice.
Yes. It's time. It's kind of interesting because usually the winter is a time to like blink it and stay in, but for you, I'm hearing it's time to get up and get out.
Yep. That's what I got too. I pulled the Ace of Coins card, which is dealing about finances and stewardship, moreover. But I was trying to see how that related. But yeah, get out there and spend some money. Just get out and about, and that's where you're going to find that significant other. And we just draw that person in and believe with you. And I just speak a blessing over you if you want to receive it.
Yes, please.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Father, Heavenly Father, we thank you for Kat, our friend here. Just ask you just to continue to bless her and keep you. And we just call forth that significant other in, whoever it is, that you'll get them ready so that they would know there would be no guessing. And not just a person that they can tolerate, a person that they're compatible with. Just send forth in that person who they can't live without. They've been looking for each other their entire lives. And I just ask you to set up that divine appointment, that synchronicity that she'll know without the shadow of a doubt. There'll be no guessing. There will be no trying to make something happen, but it would just flow naturally. And I just call this blessed. Amen. Amen.
Yeah, and I just want to add, too, that God guards his heart and his mind and prepares them for you as well. Yep. And so whatever healing or whatever it is that he needs to go through ahead of time, that he'll receive that. It will happen with ease. It will happen with swiftness, and that it will be in complete preparation. So whatever it is that he needs to experience prior, that he will be 100% prepared, as will you being prepared. So ease and grace to you, my friend. Ease and grace.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I can't wait for you to call and tell us how it unfolds. It's going to be exciting.
Trust me, I'm excited as well.
Yay. Yes. Be sure and check back in with us.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, my friend.
You're welcome.
Good to hear from you. All right, we got about 13 minutes left. Next caller's coming from the 780 area code. You're live with Kristy Lee. Who we speaking with?
Hey, it's Jay calling from Canada. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
Jay from Canada. Welcome. How can we help you?
Hey, just wondered about a situation. I was at a funeral home for a candlelight ceremony, and it was really a bad experience, actually. For me, they forgot they did read a bunch of names that we were supposed to write our names on a list, and my mother and my best friend didn't get their name read, and then I brought a candle there, and I was going to light it for the candlelight ceremony, but they lit it for me, and then someone was taking a picture of the altar with no one's permission, so it's a bad experience.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, everyone's taking pictures with no boundaries anymore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have no privacy in a way. They can any time and anywhere, and it's like, yeah. And
have you since lit the candle at your home by yourself? Have you done that in a sacred place by yourself?
No, I haven't. No,
I would definitely suggest that, man. Just make it something intimate, man, just to remember them and you know what I'm saying, you call forth their name and you light that candle and you remember them and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of bad experience. I don't know. I'm writing a letter to the funeral home, just expressing how I feel. So,
yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna get any I don't know, response from it, but that's just how I feel.
Was it at the funeral
Yeah,
home?
I was surprised.
It was at a church.
Actually.
It was at a church or the funeral
No,
home?
it was actually a funeral home.
Where there's a higher level of accountability.
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask who it was that crossed?
Well, me and my mother and my best friend.
Okay, so it was your mother and best friend that had crossed over?
Mhm. Yeah, this year.
Oh, okay. And it was at the same time that they had their services?
No, it was actually I was there. Wasn't there for my mother's funeral, but I was there for my best friend's. But the thing is, this candlelight ceremony is just basically a meeting a whole bunch. Well, whoever wasn't not invited, but it was just put out there by the funeral home as a candlelight ceremony to honor loved ones that passed on.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was just trying to understand what you were talking about, so thank you for giving me a little bit more information. So, yeah, from my heart to yours, I'm sorry that it wasn't more honoring. It's kind of sad sometimes where people are to a place where they live through a phone screen, right, at times, and they don't pay attention to sacred moments such as that. And so, again, from my heart to yours, I'm sorry that you experienced that.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, that's all I got for you right now. Not really. I just, I don't know how it's going to, was there a lesson here? I'm not sure, but I guess we'll see.
I pulled the card for you, brother. I pulled the 9 of Cups with has written across the top of it really big. It says forgiveness. In order for us to really walk in freedom and health and forgiveness, we have to kind of release those things and forgive those people who have wronged us, who have trespassed against us. So I'll just say this to just so you're not, it's not festering within you. You're not losing sleep and things like that. Obviously, deal with it if you feel like you should call and things like that. Obviously, deal with it. But I would forgive them, even if you want to speak it out. Just speak out the person's name or the funeral home or whatever. Visualize them and say, "I forgive you." Release them so they're not attached to you, because that person's moved on. They're not thinking twice that they might not even know that they did something wrong, right? So, but I think that it can still cause hurt for you and harm if it festers and it's there days, weeks, who knows, before you deal with it. So I would just find a place, even right now, if you just want to release it and just forgive them. Doesn't mean that they're right. Doesn't mean that you're wrong. It just means that you're getting it off of you and cutting those cords and releasing it off of you. So I would definitely move forward with that.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just write my letter and move on, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think I'm really getting to, for you, it's one of those times that for you to use your voice and to make that phone call or write that letter, that's part of you standing in your power and using your voice and speaking your truth. And that it might, even though it can't change the circumstance around what you just experienced, that maybe they can help create some kind of protocol in the future for others when they have a service like that again. And through that, it's kind of like, even though it wasn't the right conditions that were supportive and serving of that experience for you, that it will help others out into the future. So I'm really hearing that for you, that it's an opportunity for you to be able to use your voice, and whether it comes through the medium of a pen, in a letter or actually make that phone call, that that's part of it, and it will give you a chance to also kind of express your truth, and within that you'll find some of your own solace and peace. And where Truth kind of talked about the lighting a candle and doing maybe a vigil or a ceremony of sort at your own house, that really resonates with me as well. And with that, I'm kind of getting to almost like give yourself permission to write a letter like to your mother and be able to speak out whatever it is that you didn't get to say, and then even opening a space for if there's anything else that she wants to be able to commune to you from the other side, to allow your higher self to receive that in a download in a soft and gentle way, so you can come into aha moments out in the future. And I feel like that there can be communication and encounters from like behind, like beyond the veil in the future, not only with your mom but with your best friend. But I really feel it's going to open you up into a sense of kind of mediumship, as interesting as that sounds, but I really feel that. Has that crossed your mind?
Yeah, that has crossed my mind. I think I'm thinking of doing some courses in Lilydale. Maybe. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I can really sense it. It's like a door opening for you, and I'm glad that you're going to go into it with into a state of discovery with others that are already familiar within that realm. So I kind of feel like you're at a rites of passage, and it's an initiation of sorts. So kind of look forward to that in the future, and I would follow through with your intuition and moving forward. But I already sense that you're kind of already receiving messages from behind the veil. You're just not sure how to discern them, and even like in sense, I'm getting like a strong like aroma, right, coming into my presence, which is kind of letting me know that you might at times smell a scent that reminds you of your mom or of your best friend or others that you knew that have crossed before, and seeing kind of flashes, pictures in your mind, and at times you might be thinking that it's just you that's just going through a memory, but it's actually them projecting kind of a movie picture, whether it's standing or actually a scene into your mind. But I really kind of feel like you're at a rites of passage right now, and even though it feels like it's dark, it's preparing you for something else to come in the future that's going to open you up to being able to see and know things that you wouldn't have maybe known before. So I hope that makes sense to you. I'm just telling you what I'm receiving. Yeah.
Yes. It does make sense. Yeah. So, yeah, forgiveness thing comes up quite a bit, so.
Yeah.
It's big, man. It should come up. It's big. It really is.
And we can't always, like, if we jump straight to forgiveness, sometimes we bypass our healing and our lesson. So it comes in stages, right? And it's a matter of being able to hold space for all of the things that present themselves, all the different levels and layers of the emotions come up and the feelings that you have towards it. And through that, you can go into deeper levels of forgiveness, but not try to just jump straight there. But as you're able to hold that place, just keep turning back towards yourself in a real healing and loving, compassionate way. And as you do that, you'll find the grief kind of rolling off of you and into a place of forgiveness. Yeah,
thanks much for your insight. So, yeah, it's a hard journey. Maybe so, like I said, and it's something that started when my mom was actually getting sick about a year ago, so.
Yeah, you're definitely at a rites of passage, and rites of passages can feel like a death. And just know that when you're going through it, even though it doesn't always feel like you've got support in the physical realm, that you've got a lot of support in the heavenly realms. And so ancestors that are ancient are there. You've got angels, you've got guides, you've got a lot that are surrounding around you, and they're helping you through this time. And so keep going with what you're led to in the way of reaching out to people in your physical world as well. And you're going to come up and out of this. I really believe that for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you want to know more, man, I would definitely suggest you heading over to Kristy Lee's website, tapintunein.com, and she does courses and things like that, and does one-on-one sessions with people, helping them practice and kind of tap in and tune in with those energies as well. So if you've never done that before and you want to do it in a safe environment and you're wanting to learn, definitely check out her website, because she's available for those as well. So thank you for the call, brother, and it's good to hear from you again as well. Calling in from Canada. It's awesome. So we're down here at the last minute and a half of the podcast and radio show, and I want to say a huge
90 seconds.
Thank you to everybody who has held this sacred space with us, everybody who's co-created with us in the chat, on the phone lines, listening in. We weren't able to take everybody's call, but if you would like to reach out to Kristy Lee or myself, we are available. Just click those links in the description, and you'll be able to reach us there on social media and our personal pages and stuff as well. So tapintunein.com. All of Kristy Lee's stuff is there. Beautiful stuff. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
60 seconds.
I've seen your messages. I love you guys. We ended, Kristy?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to say bye, too. I didn't want to. I'll let you have the last word. You got 40 seconds, Kristy. Make it good.
Okay, all right. I thought that you had already, I thought it was over.
Yeah.
So, blessed be to everybody. Much love, infinite love, grace, and gratitude to all. Thank you, and God bless.
Kristy Lee is available for private